Hey guys, it's Rob. Sorry I took a little break here. I was getting too caught up in all this stuff, so I had to take a little break, kind of reevaluate what I'm doing here on YouTube. And yeah, so I'm making this video today because I'll be honest with you. Um, Finding this stuff it's I mean it's not really that hard. The hardest part about all this is dealing with the fact that a lot of people cannot see this. That actually bothers me. Um, it bothers me that not only can not a lot of people can see this is the fact that nobody's seen this before. Or I know some people they've noticed something's not, they noticed something in the patterns and stuff, and I get all that. And but I'm surprised that nobody's put this together yet, um, because to be honest with you, it isn't that hard. And like I said, the hardest thing about this is knowing that there are people that just cannot see the or get it. And it boils down to this. I want to just explain something before I get started, so we all can be on the same level, I hope. But when you, okay, if you have a planet and you have okay, if you look at Mars, okay, or the moon, you don't see any reoccurring patterns, okay, and then that's regular. But on our planet, not only do I see reoccurring patterns, they actually correlate with one another on other land masses, okay, and that's all you need to know, is that there are similarities, not more than similarities. There's some that are they're exact almost, and they're the same feature. They're just different layers of the same feature. So they're slightly different moments of time of the same process that created the land masses. It has to be that. And that's significant. And that's something that should be easy to understand the importance of. Okay? Because it's a dead giveaway on how our planet was created. Dead giveaway. You can't have reoccurring patterns that match so well on all the land masses and ocean bottom features. You can't have all those matches unless it's significant to the planet's creation. And it's that simple to understand that this is a big deal. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm a big deal. I'm just saying that the fact that nobody's seen this before is a big deal. And right now, actually, I got I got two trolls, whatever, that just can't seem to wrap their minds around what I'm showing them. And I want to deal with that right now. Actually, there's that grasp on reality guy who seems to think that for some reason he's in charge of keeping people in line when it comes to thinking alike. And this guy, for some reason, actually believes that because there's fossils in the Grand Canyon, that somehow discredits all the alignments that I'm showing you about the planet's creation. Okay, but the thing is that I want to tell this guy that for one, you've never seen fossils being made. Okay, you've only been told how they are made. You can't see. Have you seen any fossils being made at the moment? No. It doesn't. And the process that you claim made the fossils doesn't even make sense, because you're talking about heat and compression and living organisms after they decay when they die. They decay right away. They start decaying immediately. And if you looked at a lot of those fossils, you could see that some of these animals they're alive when they're fossilized. You got jellyfish that have been fossilized and they don't even have bones. That's supposed to be impossible according to your science, but yet they found them. And as far as the Grand Canyon fossils that you're talking about, you actually prove that the fossils were made quickly, because there's a lot of stuff in the Grand Canyon that are standing upright as they've been fossilized. And and if you look it up, you could find that really easily. I'm not, you don't have to ask me exactly where I get this or that. Just look it up on Google. You'll find it yourself. And if you don't believe me, and all the fossils in the Grand Canyon make me think is that either A, the material that made our planet might be from another planet where there was living creatures on it, or B, that this reoccurring pattern is a reoccurring cataclysm. That's all that proves to me. It doesn't discredit any of my alignments at all. It couldn't, because it's a theory. You have no proof that heat and compression actually make fossils, because you've never seen it done. And as a matter of fact, I don't even think you could transfer atoms with heat and compression. They claim you can, but that's a theory. But we know electricity can do it because we use it in welding. We use the technique when we weld. It transfers atoms from one metal to another. There's no telling what else it can do. Okay, and that's something we can see with our eyes at the moment. So I think it's foolish for you to think that somehow that fossils discredit my alignments. What you need to do is prove why these have similarities and why they have nothing to do with the creation of the planet. And you already know you can't do that. So your fossil theory of discrediting me is actually just bunk, bro. It's not even that smart, actually. If anything, you're only going to prove because I wasn't sure if this is a reoccurring pattern from what I'm seeing, or if this is a one-time event. And there could be all kinds of reasons why there's fossils in the in the Grand Canyon. And just because I said the Grand Canyon is related to Yellowstone Park, it still doesn't discredit, and none of that does, actually. And I would like for you to explain why it does. That would be a good thing. If you could do that, it still wouldn't prove me wrong, bro, because these alignments they're alignments, and they line up. And I have way too many alignments, which I'm going to show you. I have way too many alignments for them to not be related. I have matches on every continent that even match up to the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. Okay? And then I can verify them by matching up other continents that line up with the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. And this is a no-win situation for you, bro. I mean, you could throw fossils at me, you can do whatever you want. It still doesn't discredit me. It doesn't discredit my alignments. And the alignments are significant because they mean that this planet was created by another means than what we've been told. Okay? And, and as far as your nuclear decay, about that, half-life and all that, proving that the planet's older than what I'm claiming, that doesn't work either, bro, because nuclear decay rates change from the distance they are from our sun. So you don't know that this planet has always been in this orbit. So therefore, you have no idea the accuracy of nuclear decay. And besides, there could be a whole missing step that you don't even understand too. So you can't use that to discredit my alignments either. They don't prove. None of what you say proves that the alignments that I'm showing are random and not related. So you don't win. You don't win anything here, and you certainly don't discredit me at one bit. And I know you thought that was a smart thing or whatever, but I'm just worried why you don't see this to begin with. This is simple, and I'm surprised that some people do see this, and I assumed everybody would be able to. So I'm always wondering what the difference is between the people that can see this and the people that can't, because this is simple. Alignments just don't happen randomly, and that's a fact, and that changes everything about what we think about our planet and how it was created. And we can debate that too. You can that'd be great. But anyways, let me get to these alignments. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys something I've showed before. when people don't get this, I have to show it again, I guess. But if you look at Antarctica, you can tell that it's frozen in mid-rotation. You can just look at it, you can tell. It's that simple. You can see these lines. You can see them almost as if like current, like in a liquid. You can tell that this thing is spinning when it came to a halt. And you can tell because it's smoothed right around it about the same distance that this peninsula is sticking out, okay? The fact that this peninsula is swooped at an angle like that should tell you that this thing was spinning counterclockwise, or the Earth was spinning clockwise and it was standing still, which is a possibility. This is why I'm claiming that this is a vortex, because you can see with the land features. And I'll be honest with you, even looking at it like this, to me this looks like it's concaved in. It just looks exactly like what it should be, okay? And then to have science tell you that, it's depressed here because of the weight of the ice. Well, ice doesn't weigh more than granite. And you've seen the mountain ranges that are made out of granite, and you don't see the landmass concaving down because of a mountain. So it makes me wonder about their theory about the weight of ice. I mean, I guess it would depress something, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think they're telling us the full truth about how far this is depressed. And there's been reports I saw on YouTube, old reports of sailors claiming that this is much deeper than what they thought or what they've been told it would be around this area. The water is actually fairly deep, and that's because it's concaving in. And you can tell that not only is this was rotating when it came to a screeching halt, you can see that there's turbulence coming off this peninsula. Okay, you can see that there's what looks like to be a bubble-shaped area, right? And then you can see like a fold, okay, with islands that are the same exact distance apart as these islands, okay? That is because that these two sat within one another. It's that simple. And so like people telling me that that the fossil record or the way that they date rocks, that proves me wrong. Oh no, it doesn't. What is happening is that what I'm showing you proves that there's something wrong with your dating process and the way you think about this planet and the way you see things. That's what I'm proving. And I'm proving that also that the age of this planet is a lot younger than what we're being told, because there's no way that these would match up so well if there was plate tectonics actually happening. Okay, that's just simple. It's common sense, and it bothers me that that there are people that can't grasp that, like grasp on reality. For your name, it's almost ironic that you chose a name called Grasp on Reality, because you don't have one actually, bro. You have one that they gave you, but that doesn't mean it's real, okay? Because what they tell you is flawed somehow, and the proof is that the fact that you can match these within one another, okay? There's no randomness or coincidence about that. These two are made by the same process, or they wouldn't have islands in an order like this that match one another and features that fit within inside each other, not just here and here, because this fits in with here, but they also then fit again perfect within this crater that's full of sand, not because of water erosion or wind, but because of electrical gouging. Look at Mars. You've got the same problem. You got everything's electrically gouged on Mars, and it's full of sand. And you could tell the same thing on Earth. You'll see lots of sandy spots. I guarantee you, you're looking at electrical gouging. 100%. It's going to be like that every time you look, too. But so I've got 3 areas that match up. But then I also have 4. I have 5. I even have 6 areas. I have 7 areas that match within each other. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's just more. I guarantee you I've got at least 12 areas that match in that same area. Okay, and I've proven this in my other videos, and I get tired of reproving it. And I know a lot of people that watch my videos that get it also get tired of having to watch the same things over and over again. But I get challenged all the time, you know, and with people that just can't wrap their minds around the most simplest thing. This also fits in there, and so does these features on Australia, like teeth marks. They fit. The marks of those islands actually fit the areas right in here. Right in here, you not only do they fit here, those island matches, but those islands also match up with the distance that the Himalayan mountain peaks are from each other. They even match up. Not only do they match that, but they match also the lines that crisscross the mid-Atlantic ridge. Right here. They match up with like teeth, like forensics. And not only does that prove that plate tectonics is wrong, that seafloor spreading is also not accurate. Maybe some kind of movement is going on, but it's not it's not a reoccurring thing, and it's not that much of an influence over our planet, because these islands match these cross marks, which cross over the mid-Atlantic ridge. And grasp on reality. Nothing that you've said discredits that these line up and cross the mid-Atlantic ridge. Your fossils are bunk, bro. You can't explain why these lines match up. No geologist is going to be able to explain why these islands, and not just the islands, but the Himalayan peaks, match up forensically with these cross marks. And they do. That's why I challenge people to do their own overlays and prove me wrong, because I already know that they do match. Or I wouldn't say that, or I wouldn't challenge people to prove me wrong if I thought that there was a chance I would be wrong. And I'm not doing that because I'm arrogant and bragging and all that. It's because it's the truth, and I want the truth out. And so it comes off to people that don't want the truth as I'm arrogant or whatever. And I hate making videos where I talk like this the whole time too. So I want to cut this video short right here, and I'll make another one with all these alignments, because I've done this before and it gets boring redoing these alignments. But I have videos already with these alignments, but I'm going to go ahead and make another one showing it all over again, because I don't know how people didn't get the first time they see this. But these match up with that. They match up with this. As you can see, these lines are also these lines I've showed where I've taken an overlay of a square section and rematched these lines perfectly with these lines. I mean, to the detail, the greatest details, and then show you how they match up with the Himalayas, the mountain peaks. Same thing. They're the same distance. See how they have a pattern of I guess spacing. This is all related to the creation of these features to one. I'm guessing like one event. I thought it was one event, but I'm guessing it might be reoccurring events that seem to come out of the same process that made it the first time, I guess. I don't know. See, that's the part. And then, you know, those same features on the mid-Atlantic ridge will line up with these too. Just as the Hawaiian Islands will also match these, and it does. And I can show that again too. That's not a problem. But anyways, here's the beginning of my video for you. I already have the evidence out there, but if you can't watch it, I'll make another video with all my evidence again in it. So, alright, I just want to make this video and get this part out of the way. Thanks for watching.